You turned to face me and your eyes told me the story of your emptiness. You kissed my cheek and looked over the edge of the cliff. I saw my heart breaking before me, but maybe it's death. It was beating, to the rhythm of our song, and I thought I saw what you said. Tear-stained pillows are all that remain from that damn morning. I can barely remember the shape of your ears or the texture of your hands, but your voice sings a painful melody in my ears. I saw an old piano and forgotten words as I was out. A woman I saw at the train station heard what's happened to me. She made her head motions. There were chords and moans, but I've lost a son of a children. I'm seeing myself around the lake. I walked through the moment and whispered. The sun rises and falls like your lungs and never do. 5 senses, 4 limbs, 3 freckles of constellation. 2 eyes and 1 heart is an included circulation with the earth and the sun. I am alive. This heart is tiny and timid, but its beat makes the floor shake, and the drums in your ears pulse, and you feel the blood flowing quickly through your veins. And you put your hand to your chest because, God, life is a cobweb in the wind, and this beating is the only thing keeping your feet on the ground. So don't grab onto the clouds, but watch them with wonder as your eyelids flutter with the shaking leaves, and let your soul grow into the earth like roots. So the thumping in your chest will feel more like fireworks than a firing squad. And I promise, there's healing where the hurt was, hope where the heart broke, and every day on this side of the earth is worth it. I drink darkness like ink spills slowly through my veins until I bleed black, and its silky sorrow weaving a web fills each fiber, with weight like iron and shapes like shackles around each strand of my DNA, pulling me 6 feet underground. But I know I am stronger than your secret syringes, stealing life from my veins until my flesh turns to earth. So until then, I will fight against the darkness like a sunrise, shattering night. And even when it seems like the black is burying me, I will rise with the spring roses out of snow. Red wine lips, paint stroke stumbles, wooden warrior, moving through time like branches in the wind. Feel the flowers curl in the cold, fingers frozen, buried in pockets, and your soul shrinks. Autumn leaves bleed for me, dying for my sins to be resurrected again after white death's cool whisper, so close to taking your soul, chilling to the bone. But you know, winter won't win.
Scrapes and falls and brawls and tallied all the times that I've felt rejected. I've kept the score of life's games, a mark for every time that I lost. Becoming indebted to a darkness, finding ways to pay the cost. But I noticed how they caught the light. My scars shone different from my skin. They reflected brighter than the rest, the way that hope does shine within. And the greatest lesson that I've learned, to love myself, is to forgive. And even though I still know darkness, I'm glad I chose to live.
Escape the dark. can't escape myself. Oh, Lord, like a shadow, I can't escape the dark. I can't escape myself. I can't escape who I was told I should be. Oh Lord, like a shadow, I can't escape myself. I can't escape the dark.
I trip and I tumble down into darkness. Dirt roots and shadows, death, fear and wounds. The moon has been kidnapped and the stars have been stolen. The sky has gone missing and the air is estranged. Silence rings in my ears like the sound of a cellar. My stomach is ancient, it's hollow and unfed. Muscle and bone that my mind has forgotten. Black is my heart and my soul is now rotten.
Can't escape the dark. Can't escape myself. Oh, yes, somebody come and rescue me. 'Cause my flower's dead and now my garden's a grave. Somebody come and rescue me. 'Cause that beautiful red's now the darkest shade of black. All I guess I needed was a heart. 'Cause the old one broke and I sold the parts. I'm not quite sure for what. Oh yeah, somebody come and rescue me. 'Cause the sun went down with every piece of me. And I can't figure out the mystery of why I'm my own worst enemy. Yeah, believe me, I've tried everything. Just to be myself. Hey, come rescue me.
My name is Jesse Kale. Sorry. Hey, what's going on? This is our last show of this tour. It's like all I can think about. So let's make this a memorable one. So I am one half of this thing right here, is Secret Midnight Press. We are a publishing company from Columbus, Ohio. We publish poetry and feelings and you know, all that good stuff, and all that honest stuff. We like to do that. Can we give it up for Dante, who was just out here? It's been like you always like form like a little family when you're touring with people, and it's been a good one. I miss everybody. So, like I said, my name is Jesse, and like growing up, I was a very emotional person. I was inspired by like literally everything. You know, I couldn't just like see a good movie and be like, I liked that. I had to be like, oh, that's a good movie. I'm gonna make a movie. In fact, I'm gonna make 3. I couldn't just like a good photo. I'd be like, I'm now researching cameras because I'm gonna have a gallery myself. I couldn't just enjoy a book. I was like, I've gotta write a book now. So I had this massive, you know, bucket list, to-do list of things I was gonna do, all by the ripe young age of before I die. And that looks like, you know, making a musical, starting a clothing line, writing a book, making a movie, all sorts of things. So I managed to do one of those things. I wrote a book, which is cool. Thank you. The book is called Memphis Spicata. Peace out. That's how I treat all of my stuff. Start trashing things up here. It's the most punk rock poetry event ever. The book is called Memphis Spicata El Corazon, which is Latin and Spanish together. Doesn't mean anything. Memphis Spicata in Latin means spearmint. El Corazon in Spanish is the heart. Together, it's an idiom. You know, an idiom is like let the cat out of the bag. It doesn't actually mean anything but the words that are actually involved in it. But just imagine like rubbing mint, like that feeling of mint, like that tingly feeling. Just that feeling, but imagine like on your heart. Memphis Spicata El Corazon is an idiom of wishing inspiration upon somebody or wanting new life. It's like something you would say to somebody when you want them to get over writer's block or something like that. So like Memphis Spicata El Corazon, like feel that minty tingle in your soul, feel alive again. So that's kind of the idea of the book. It's full of feelings. Feelings is the root of art and all that good stuff. How many people here would say that they are an artist? Yeah, a good amount. That's awesome. Usually, like I expect people in most cities to like keep their hand out. They're like, it's not art. Don't do that. How many of you have ever hated your own work? Yeah, and every night there's always more hands for that one. Absolutely, that's kind of part of it. This is full of a lot of that. I'm going to share some of my book with you. And it's going to be stuff that I loved and hated all in the process. So that's just part of it. And this first poem is about that. It's called Scraps. Scraps and scraps up to the windows. Piles on the floor and under the couch. Pieces of paper, one piece at a time. If I keep saying no, the higher they'll climb. Scraps and scraps up to the windows. Piles on the floor and under the couch. Pieces of paper, one piece at a time. My mind is a mess, but it will always be mine. That's Scraps. Thank you. Also, one thing I want to add is this is a safe place. This is a safe environment. There's lots of beautiful, sparkly people here. And I think it's important that you be yourself because you are important. So respect one another. You see somebody here alone, you're here, you've got something in common, make a new friend tonight. Like, yeah, we're all feeling types. So like I was saying, I was inspired by like everything, chasing everything. I got kind of addicted to inspiration. This next poem is kind of about chasing that, specifically about love. You know, when you get like a crush on somebody, you're just like, oh yeah, I could get a lot of mileage creatively out of this. If you're an artist, you totally know. This is called Muse. I love the musing of a brief romance. I drink up the emotion like a milkshake. I feel like a careless thief making noise inside the heart. I'll pull each loose thread like something's tied to the other end. Like a song or a poem or a painting, something else. So leave me a trail of sweets, I'll follow right along. I'm coming just to feel enough to write a song. Speak a word and let me listen, I'm bathing in our time, but I'll be going once I've filled my stanza with our rhyme. And it hurts me too, to break my own heart, but love is everything and I love art. That's right. Thank you. So, being like a deep feeling, as I call it, like a deep feeling magic being, like being a deep feeling person, you get this unique experience of the way that you live life. You're the type of person that you hear your favorite song and you just like start sobbing. You're just like, oh my god, this is great. And you're like, oh. But then there's a sunrise off in the distance and you're just a mess further. You're that type of person. It's such a deep way of living life. It's a very rich way. So I'm going to read you a poem about a feeling that comes from, like, over there. It's love. This poem is called If This Is Love. There's a run of honey behind my eyes with feet that seem to tickle and trickle down across the bridge of my nose where I hold humming notes that shake the teeth. There's a swell in the well of my heart like every thirst could have their fill and even spill still. There's a deep, lush gold rush in my arms, like the breath of a hush on my skin that's curling, the tips of my lips like a bow in a bow cello's hello. And at last I've forgotten the past from this rest of my weight, like my fate catching wind under wings of better things than even memories like this kiss. If this is love, I'll be above the moon by noon and completely gone soon. So come see with me what waits above each tree, into the sky above the sea. If this is love. Straight up pages out rips out of a copy of the book. Like I said, I like to treat all my stuff. Word, my lover's hand, these things I miss all the time. Safety found somewhere nigh, 100 men for whom I die. For where I grew up well, now as a man I'm damned to hell. So come and take me, bind my hands, down the hill through barren lands. Into the valley let me fall, to lose my shackles I'd lose it all. Don't watch, my lover, don't shed a tear. Just know I'm free as are you, my dear. You're free from me in all my ways. You were the light of darker days. The land was sacred as birth was pure, but life is something I can't endure. But glory shines and angels sing. I'm praying peace is what death will bring. And if it does, a joyous day, because all my tears will fade away. Glory to death. I feel like this place is more dangerous than this place sometimes. Because when you're back here, you stop caring. When you stop caring, you stop fighting. When you stop fighting, you start losing. And, I mean, you gotta fight for yourself, you know? I mean, I bet if I asked how many people would fight for your friend, you would like put your hand up and be like, yeah. But I bet it would look way different if I asked if you'd fight for yourself. So this is a poem from back here. This is called Apathy. I feel no shiver. There's no sound to my shake. Not dead, but lifeless. Not empty, but nothing at all. Color, not even a memory. Sound, no tune to touch me. Not joy misplaced, but no place for it. Quiet, with not a thought to vacate. Half-hearted would imply a heart to call, but my description's virgin or my chest is barren. Nihility is the dogma of my spirit, the lacuna of my life. This is not a nightmare nor a daydream, but waking nothing to life as I'm awake to nothingness. I'm always out the window. That's apathy. So, got one more for you. The one thing that always takes me back here is when you're back here and when you're over here, this always still exists. All the good stuff, all those rides with your favorite music, all the sunrise and sunsets, the good's always still there. And you've been there before, maybe now you're over here, but you're gonna go back there. And the one thing that usually plants the seed going back there is hope. And having hope. Hope is something that costs you nothing. Hope is something as easy as saying, I hope it gets better. I hope tomorrow's a better day. And I used to feel like there was something wrong with me when I felt over here. But I just realized that's just the door wide open to feeling everything, being a deep feeling person. So I'm going to read one last poem with all of you, and I'm going to need your help on this. When I go like this, I'm going to need all of you to go, hope once more! We practice that?
Yes.
Cool, okay, thank you. Let's do it.
Hope once more!
That was great. All right, let's do this. This is called Hope. Amidst the darkness, silence may be undone. For even at night, there's a song to be sung. For even at night, there's a poem on your tongue. Because amidst the darkness, there's a war to be won.
Hope once more!
With the darkness comes a terrible weight. When the darkness comes, rise, create. Pick up your brush, pick up your pen, and never be crushed by the darkness again. Thank you. Like I said, my name is Mr. Kale. Thanks so much. Oh, that's a big version. I hold this up. This is how I feel about everything that just happened. It's so big and blue right here. That's so good. It's so sparkly. Thanks for listening. My name is Jesse Kale. My friend Ashley is going to come out and share some poetry. So, thank you.